Gahey and Associates, attorneys and counselors at law specializing in immigration law, are proud to announce the opening of 2 new offices. Now open. Jackson Heights and Ozone Park, Queens. Immigration, bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury.
Call us for a free initial personal consultation at 718-263-5999. Gahey and Associates, attorneys and counselors at law. Hello viewers, this is Attorney Gahey, and today we have a very interesting topic for our viewers, especially for those who are getting married to American citizens or who plan on getting the green cards through the marriage to a US citizen in the United States. We are also going to talk a little bit about people who are planning on getting married to green card holders. So in a way, we are going to talk about one of the easiest ways for you to get a green card through marriage. Over the years, our law firm has handled numerous cases of people who have gotten married in the United States and have obtained the green card. So today, I'm going to talk to you all about getting a green card by getting married to an American citizen, and we are also going to discuss what immigration looks at in these cases and why is marriage one of the best ways for you to get a green card in the United States. Firstly, let's take a simple example. You are illegal in this country, and for example, you came in on a visitor's visa, and you've been illegal for an awfully long time. You've been illegal for more than 5 years, 4 years, or you've been illegal for 3 years. Now you started dating an American woman, and now you intend to get married. Is the process going to be really simple? The answer is it depends. Number one, it depends on how knowledgeable you both are about each other. How long have you dated each other? And the length of the marriage. And above all, the most important thing which immigration wants is to ensure that you have a bona fide marriage, which means your marriage should not be intended to circumvent the immigration laws of the United States. Means when you marry, they want to see that you marry for love and for no other reason. But still, in the meanwhile, there are many families who think that it's a very easy process, and they think that it's the right thing for them to apply on their own. What can happen when you apply on your own sometimes? When you apply on your own sometimes, there's a strong possibility sometimes that you may be denied. Why? Because you did not meet the burden of proof which is required for you to get your marriage-based application approved. Why is that so important? What does immigration need? Immigration wants to look at the conduct of the parties before the marriage, after the marriage, as well as all the documents in this case. Plus, they also want to see the type of visa your relative came in. They want to see whether he's legal in this country. They want to see whether he's illegal in this country. They also want to see the manner of entry. They also want to see whether your foreign national boyfriend has, or your spouse at this time, has actually committed any kind of fraud in the United States. So these are issues which the government looks at very closely. The importance of a lawyer in these cases is something that I cannot describe to you in words. It's very important for you to have a very good lawyer in a marriage-based immigration case. Now, I get a lot of questions from people. Mr. Gahey, we went for the first interview, and unfortunately, we failed the first interview, and we have been asked by the immigration officer to come in for a second interview. Second interview is not an easy interview which you're going to have. The second interview is commonly referred to as a Stokes interview, which is a very, very, very tough interview on many occasions. This is because the immigration officer was not satisfied with your marriage, period. This means that he wants to separate you and your spouse and conduct an interview and see whether this marriage is actually valid or no. A while ago, we had a client. He had some other lawyer, and the client was not very happy with the performance of the lawyer because he did not prepare them before the interview at all. And they went for the first interview, and they didn't pass. Then after that, they retained us for the Stokes interview, and we prepared them thoroughly. And after that, the client passed. But the question is, what happens now if you do not pass the Stokes interview? You're looking at a big problem. Because once you get denied, which means your I-130 is denied, you have to appeal the case actually to the Board of Immigration Appeals. And if the Board of Immigration Appeals denies the case, nowadays immigration is sending you before the immigration judge, which means that they are commencing removal proceedings against you, which means why you should not be in deportation. So as you can see that even if you're applying for a marriage-based immigration case, be very careful, get the right guidance, and get your paperwork in order. And then only you should consider applying for your green card. There are many issues which can come up. For example, you came in on a B1, B2 visa, you overstayed, you have a criminal record. This does not mean that you cannot get a green card, but you have to be very careful. One of the viewers asked me a question, Mr. Gehi, but the criminal court, I'm done with the criminal court and I pled guilty, and I thought that immigration will not do anything. Unfortunately, you're completely wrong. Immigration has the right to look at every criminal matter very closely, irrespective of the fact that your criminal matter has either been basically if it has been finished. Still, immigration has a complete right to look at those matters carefully. Sometimes I get a call from people that, Mr. Gehi, I did the paperwork for my spouse, and when I went over there, they arrested my husband and he's in custody now. Those things can happen because either there may be a fraud issue in the case, or there may be a criminal issue, or basically was not entitled to come into the country after he had an order of removal or whatnot. Depends on the facts and circumstances of the case. We've handled numerous marriage-based cases, and even if you're illegal or legal, it's a good idea for you to actually consult an attorney and get things done the right way for you. This is because this is one of the best ways of getting a green card in the United States. The good news is that if you get married to an American citizen, based upon the timelines which are happening right now, you can qualify for a green card within a period of 4 to 6 months. There have been many people whom we've assisted and they have gotten the green card within 6 months. So remember, folks, it may seem easy, but it may not be. This is marriage-based immigration. Now, a lot of people come in and ask me, Mr. Gehi, I'm on a student visa here and I'm getting married to a citizen. Even that is possible that you can get your green card here. Another question I had from a viewer, Mr. Gehi, I cannot find a citizen, but my spouse is a green card holder. Would that help? Yes. What happens in these cases? Sooner or later, the spouse can become a citizen, and you may be eligible for a green card in the United States. So that can be fantastic for you. The bottom line is that we've handled numerous marriage-based immigration cases. And even if your immigration case has been denied through your marriage, we may still be able to help you because this is a very specialized area and you should know how to fight it. And sometimes you also have cases wherein people tell me that, Mr. Gehi, I already put my papers in through my spouse. My papers are pending and I'm a victim of abuse, and my spouse is saying that he is not going to help me with a green card. If you've been subjected to extreme cruelty by your spouse, Mr. Gehi says that he does not need any assistance from your spouse, and we can fight your case one way and try to qualify you for a green card under VAWA, which is commonly referred to as the Violence Against Women's Act. And if you have been subjected to serious abuse, if you have been subjected to extreme cruelty, the answer is very clear. You do not need any help from your spouse as far as you're married to an American citizen or as far as you're married to a green card holder. The good news is that without any help from your spouse, you may qualify for a green card in the United States. So friends, if there's anything about marriage-based immigration some of the questions which I have from my viewers is that, Mr. Gehi, I applied in the past based upon my marriage-based immigration on 2 occasions, and I did not go for my interview, and my case was denied. And I got a divorce from my prior spouse. Now I'm married to another woman, and she's a citizen and she wants to apply. Can I get my green card? We've handled many cases like this, and our clients have been successful in obtaining permanent residence in most of those cases. So if you are in a situation wherein you had a prior case in immigration, and even if that case was denied, that does not mean that there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You may have light at the end of the tunnel, depending on the facts and circumstances of your case. And if you've missed any of our videos on this particular issue, visit our site wherein you can find a lot of videos of your interest. And our site is gehigreencard.com. Visit gehigreencard.com and you'll be able to find a lot of videos in any and every aspect of the case. As I said, if you have a complex marriage-based immigration case, it's very important for you to have the right representation. And some other questions which I got from my viewers, Mr. Gehi, I have a criminal record and I want to get married to an American citizen. Can I qualify for a green card? My answer is that if it is not a serious crime, which I will have to definitely look into very closely for you, you can still qualify for a green card. Another question from a viewer, Mr. Gehi, I came to this country on someone else's passport and I'm married to an American citizen. Can I qualify for a green card? The answer is yes, you may. As far as you can prove your entry into the United States, as far as you can show you were inspected when you came into the country, even if you don't have a copy of that passport, you can still qualify for a green card. Again, you came in on someone else's passport, all right? And you don't have a copy of that passport, but you can prove it that you came in on someone else's passport. You may still be eligible for a green card, and we may have to apply for a waiver. If that gets approved, you can still qualify for a green card in the United States. So folks, as we were talking about marriage-based immigration, there's a lot more for me to talk about this issue, because I can talk for hours and hours and hours together, especially on marriage-based immigration. Especially, I've handled numerous cases, not only from New York, from all over the United States. I mean, we have clients from every state, you know, not every state, I would say most of the states of the United States. And, you know, we've helped people. So if you are in a situation wherein you are getting married, feel free to contact Gehi and Associates. So don't go away. We're going to talk about a very important segment now after this. And this is about the deferred inspection, commonly referred as to the Dreamers. So let's talk about the latest news for Dreamers after the short break. Don't go away.
Gehi and Associates, attorneys and counselors at law specializing in immigration law, are proud to announce the opening of 2 new offices. Now open. Jackson Heights and Ozone Park, Queens. Immigration, bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury.
Call us for a free initial personal consultation at 718-263-5999. Gehi and Associates, attorneys and counselors at law. Hello viewers, this is attorney Naresh Gehi and some breaking news about Dreamers, deferred inspection for Dreamers. As you all rightly know that there's a strong possibility from the 15th, we are going to expect some more news from the world of immigration about the application process for Dreamers. Now, in our law firm, we've created a very specialized department for Dreamers, and this is the best time for you to start meeting your lawyers and get things in order. Whether things are definitely going to happen from the 15th, that's a big question mark. But there's a strong possibility that we are going to see some action from immigration's perspective for Dreamers from the 15th of August. Also, some other news. I've been getting constant questions from people that, Mr. Gehi, I have a criminal record and I'm very much worried. You should see your lawyer as soon as possible at this stage, especially because you can review the crime and see what the record states about yourself. Second important issue is that people who are in deportation, I would strongly recommend them to see their lawyers, because we need to see exactly under what ground has your deportation order been closed, or what happened, are you still before an immigration judge? These are questions which are very subjective in nature, and you should consult with an attorney. As mentioned earlier, the most important thing about the DREAM Act is that you should have a high school education from the United States. You should have been living in this country continuously for a period of 5 years, and you should have come into the country when you are under the age of 16. And another important thing is that you should not have been charged with a serious crime, which also includes a serious misdemeanor in the United States. So these are some of the basic requirements about the DREAM Act. Question is that what should students do at this stage? Get all your documentation in order. Keep monitoring our shows, and we will be keeping you updated about what's going on with the DREAM. A lot of students have concerns that, well, Mr. Gehi, I had a complex case and I don't know much about what's going on with my case. And, I just have my high school education and I'm right now over the age of 30. The question is that if you're over the age of 30, if you're 33, 34, no luck, and unfortunately you cannot benefit under what is going on. This is the current news. I'm talking about the DREAM until today. I mean, basically, so at this point of time, we don't see any hope for you at this particular point of time, but you should consider exploring other avenues at this point of time. Now, other than that, what should dreamers do? Need to get your documents in order. Keep everything in order, because at the last minute, you may run into problems. The other news that we've been hearing about the DREAM Act is that don't expect immediate miracles when you're going to apply. Especially because, once the form's out, the question remains is that the 765 application has to go in, the deferred action application has to go in, and after that, there is going to be a certain amount of delay, and because immigration has already hired additional staff in order to ensure that basically they can do the best, and I'm very proud of immigration for that. But at the end of the day, you are not going to see immediate results. There will be a waiting period. And immigration is also concerned about fraud in these cases. So be careful and do not basically apply if you are not eligible under the DREAM Act. This is because people have asked me this issue. What can happen? You can have serious immigration consequences. You may be sent before an immigration judge, and you can lose a lot more than gaining. Now, someone asked me a question that what happens if I apply and if my application gets denied? Are they going to put me in deportation? On most occasions, if they deny your case, this is my gut feeling, you will be seeing an immigration judge and you may be in deportation proceedings. For example, you had a criminal matter, officer was not satisfied, and he said that this is a serious crime. He will send you before an immigration judge. Secondly, they found some fraud in your case, and the fraud is very material to your application. Of course, you will be in deportation proceedings. So be very careful, especially when you're applying for the DREAM, under the Deferred Inspection Program. And be a person of good moral character. Keep all your documents in order. And I'm sure that you'll have a smooth sailing in connection with getting your work permit in the United States. Another important thing which I get from all my viewers, which I've also mentioned on my previous videos at gehigreencard.com. Now, for dreamers, gehigreencard.com is the best because I have a lot of segments on what is going on with with the Deferred Inspection Program for dreamers. We have every single video and very much updated so that students can get the best from our firm. So you're going to get an employment authorization for a period of 2 years, and that can be extended. And remember, this is a part of an administrative program. This is not the law. This is not the DREAM Act. Because we've been getting a lot of phone calls from people. Is this really the DREAM Act? The answer is that this is not the DREAM Act. This is a directive from the Department of Homeland Security, which is very different than the law being passed. The other interesting question was, what is happening with the DREAM Act? Still, we don't know. And in the last, everyone knows about it. Last time, DREAM Act has been around for more than 10 years. And not many people may know that. We've been trying to basically fight for the DREAM Act for 10 years without any success. The last time we got close was nearly a year ago, wherein most Republicans did not vote in favor of the DREAM Act. That's why the DREAM Act went nowhere. My request to dreamers who regularly keep watching this program, I want you all to write a lot of letters to your congressmen, to your senators, and let them know that You all need the DREAM Act. I'm sure that they will listen to your voices, and one day we will have the DREAM Act, and after the DREAM Act, you will be able to get your green card. So if there's any question, and we already started accepting a lot of applications for Dreamers at this particular point of time. This is Attorney Gehi from Gehi and Associates, and we've been assisting immigration clients from all over the United States. And we'll be back again with some more interesting news from the world of law. The Instant program constitutes an attorney advertisement under the laws of the state of New York. Keep watching, and if you've missed something, visit gehigreencard.com for videos on immigration on a lot of different topics that may be of interest to you.
Gehi and Associates, attorneys and counselors at law specializing in immigration law, are proud to announce the opening of 2 new offices. Now open in Jackson Heights and Ozone Park, Queens. Immigration, bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury.
Call us for a free initial personal consultation at 718-263-5999. Gehi and Associates, attorneys and counselors at law.